Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Jean Maldonado, and welcome to the Cloud 9 podcast, Movies on Cloud 9. Today we're going to be talking about Finding Dory, which comes out this weekend, and we're going to be talking about some of Pixar's other releases from the past, such as Finding Nemo, which is, obviously connected to this movie, and maybe as far back as Toy Story, or more recently, like Inside Out. So, stay tuned, and here we go. All right, calm down. Guys, like I said, my name is Jean Maldonado, and I created this podcast just because I love to talk about movies. I actually have a review channel with my girlfriend, and that is youtube.com/HH Movie Reviews. That stands for His and Hers Movie Reviews, and where we do reactions to trailers and movie reviews to movies that we've seen. We're actually subscribers of MoviePass, so we go a lot to the movies. We go a whole lot. We get our money's worth out of the movie passes, and it's just something we really enjoy doing. So this is going to be kind of laid back. If I screw up, I'm sorry. I'm just going to be here talking about movies and just kind of hanging out. So eventually I want to do this live so people can join me in the chat and things like that. But for now, for this one episode, I want to introduce myself, and I want to do this pre-recorded. I don't want to seem like too much of a loser. So with that said, Finding Dory comes out this weekend, which I might see actually tomorrow. I think I'll probably be seeing that tomorrow in its preview night, and we'll probably have a review out sometime this weekend. And I'll probably also include my review in one of these podcasts for those people that just kind of want to listen to on your way to work and traffic, or while you're at work, and things like that, for the audio type of people. With that said, Finding Dory, okay, this might be the unpopular opinion here, but I'm actually not that excited about Finding Dory. And I feel bad saying that because, Pixar's movies are usually pretty good. Their most recent one, which was Inside Out, that was great. I actually really enjoyed that movie. But there's something about the trailer for Finding Dory, that first trailer, that I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't know if Dory is going to be able to carry her own movie. She was great. She's a great character, but and funny, but I don't know how much of it is going to be the same type of humor. Oh, she forgot this. I told her something. She forgot that. That leads us to an inconvenient situation, or I don't know how much is going to be original, how much is going to be kind of repeat humor, and based on the trailer, it didn't do much for me. There also seems to be somewhat of an agenda behind it, with the animals in the displays and things like that, kind of like the whole thing going on with SeaWorld and whatever. But we won't get into that. That's a subject for another time. But I don't know. This is solely based on the trailer. Please keep that in mind. I have not seen the movie, and obviously I don't know much about it. So once the movie comes out tomorrow, I'll have a better idea of how I actually feel about the movie and all. But yeah, I'm not that excited about this movie, and I know a lot of people are. And actually, when it first got announced, I was like, what? Finding Dory? We're getting a sequel to Finding Nemo? awesome. Which Finding Nemo is actually one of my favorite Pixar movies, as you'll see later on when I get more into my top ones. It's actually one of my top favorite, but then the trailer came out and I don't know. The part that constantly makes me laugh in the trailer is when the little octopus guy turns on the garbage disposal switch and turns it back off real quick, because obviously he knows he's gonna get shredded to pieces. That part always makes me chuckle, and I appreciate that type of humor. But as far as some of the other things where she's like, oh, I'm guessing is a whale shark because she was speaking whale, but she looks like a shark, so I'm guessing it's a whale shark. And she was like, Dory, it was awesome because I would get to tell you a story and then you forget all about it and I get to tell you all over again. So I was like, yeah, okay, like, well, all right. So it's obvious that she's gonna go out and find her family, and the fact that she forgets things is going to be a big speed bump in her journey. So we'll see. But as far as that, like, how excited are you for this Finding Dory movie? Am I overanalyzing it? I tend to do that from time to time. But are you, did you enjoy the trailer, first of all? Are you super excited about the movie? No matter what, do you feel like Dory can carry a movie on her own? Do you think she can be a lead character and not just a side character? Let me know what you think in the comments, and we can have a discussion about that. So, as far as my other topics, I wanted to just talk about the Pixar movies and kind of what's your favorite out of all the Pixar movies. There's been quite a few of them. I want to say 16, but I might be wrong. So don't quote me on that. But there are quite a few Pixar movies, and obviously we all have our favorites. So whether that's something kind of out of left field like Ratatouille, that doesn't seem to be in a lot of people's favorites, but it's a pretty good movie. I will get to my top 3. I can probably do top 5, but I'm going to do top 3 because it makes it a little harder. And my top Pixar movie of all time, period, is The Incredibles. The Incredibles is such a good movie, and if you go back and rewatch that movie, you're going to see the adult themes that are going on in this movie underlined in the animation and the fact that it's for quote unquote kids, but there's a lot of adult things going on, like the relationship between Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, the daughter that feels kind of outcasted, the kid, that and obviously the baby, which I love the symbolism behind the baby itself, because when you think about it, the baby is at a stage that he doesn't know what he's going to be. He doesn't know anything. So the fact that he was kind of a shapeshifter and he didn't have a specific power, I thought that was cool, because it kind of made him a blank slate in regards to when you look at everybody else. You look at the young girl, she's kind of shy and outcasted, and then the little kid, he's fast, he's he lives a very active high energy type of personality. And then you look at Mrs. Fantastic and Mrs. Incredible. If I said Fantastic before, I'm sorry, but Mrs. Incredible, and she's actually being stretched in separate directions, dealing with the kids and dealing with the type of that now the fact that now she has to pretty much settle into a normal type of lifestyle, and then she feels like the husband is doing something behind her back, so she's kind of being stretched in these different directions. And I thought that the symbolism type of the symbolism in the movie is really strong, especially when it comes also to Mr. Incredible. You know, he has to be the one that holds. He feels like he has to be the one to hold the family together. But in the same time, he has to protect the world. He feels like he is responsible for helping people, which is pretty cool. And then as far as the villain, I think it's also really cool because we've always everybody at some point should feel like they didn't belong, or they were pushed away, or they weren't given a chance or something. At some point in your life, you probably felt that way, and the fact that is what leads him to become the villain. He wasn't given a chance. He wasn't taken seriously. I thought that was kind of cool, and he's actually a pretty good villain. When you compare him to live action movies such as Marvel movies, he's a pretty strong character. Then my second choice, I am going to go with. Oh man, see, this is when it gets interesting because I'm going to say Finding Nemo because I remember seeing Finding Nemo, and I remember watching it over and over again, and I thought it was hilarious, and I thought it was awesome. I thought it was creative and heartwarming also. So I'm going to say Finding Nemo and then Toy Story as my third one. So like I said, some of the things that I enjoyed about Finding Nemo was just where the heart was in the movie. It was not only an adventure type of movie, it was also about the relationship between the son and the father after losing the mother. And then, this outside character coming in and kind of changing the way that he sees life and such. Finding Nemo, it was, like I said, it was a super fun movie, really enjoyable, and like Pixar always does, they always have that adult humor, that adult underlining themes throughout the movie that kids don't care about, but we as adults tend to pick up. And then Toy Story. Toy Story is just out of nostalgia, but it's not just nostalgia. It's the fact that it's a really good movie. I mean, we remember as kids watching this, and it was kind of revolutionary when it came to animation and things like that. That movie changed the game to the 3D, the 3D rendered type of movies, and the animation instead of just the hand drawn type of stuff that we've been getting before. Which actually, The Lion King is my ultimate favorite animated movie, but we're talking about Pixar movies here, so those are my top three, with probably WALL-E or Inside Out coming in at close 4 and 5, maybe. I really enjoyed WALL-E. They did such a good movie. They did such a good movie without hardly a lot of dialogue, which is kind of hard to do, and it's kind of hard to get us to care about characters that barely speak. But they achieved that. They did. And so WALL-E's a really good one, and Inside Out is one of the most recent ones. And obviously that was a big hit because that actually dealt with themes such as, sadness and depression and dealing with your sadness instead of trying to ignore it, because it's part of us. We all get sad for one reason or another. It's kind of how we choose to react to it or choose to let it beat us down. So I thought that was really interesting, and I loved seeing the different emotions kind of personified. I always find that interesting when completely random things are personified. I always think that's pretty cool. So those are kind of my top 3 or 5, and yeah, what are your top 3? I actually asked several of my friends, and I did get Toy Story was a pretty constant answer among my friends' top 3s. I got a Ratatouille in there. Just one person said that, and I mean that's a good movie. I also got Inside Out, which is a really good movie, and it's one of the newer ones. And yeah, Toy Story, Monsters Inc. is a really popular one. However, it's not my